My name is Justin. I'm a professional dog trainer. In this video, I'm going to go over how to train your dog to wear a muzzle. I believe this is a good thing to do, even if your dog is not being aggressive or reactive, just in case something comes up in the future, like at the veterinarian's office or a groomer, or if you have a baby that comes into your life, your dog will already be prepared to put on the muzzle when needed. So first, I'm going to go over what you should not do. You should not just go buy a muzzle and strap it on your dog's head. You should not put the muzzle on when your dog is already being reactive or stressed or fearful. Your dog should be in a pretty calm state of mind when you start this process. The first thing you're going to need is the right muzzle, and I would suggest a basket muzzle. The one I'm using in this video is made by the Company of Animals. It's called the Baskerville muzzle. It's a great muzzle. The dogs can breathe well through it. It does not restrict their mouth. They can drink water, and you can feed them treats through the muzzle. So the first thing I would do is get some type of reward like peanut butter or cheese, something that you can put onto the muzzle itself. And I would suggest you put the reward on the outside of the muzzle at first, and have your dog get the reward off the outside of the muzzle and transition to putting the reward inside the muzzle and not pushing the muzzle onto the snout, but getting the dog to put their own snout into the muzzle, get their reward, and that's it. Another way you can reward them is taking some treats and putting your hand underneath the muzzle to hold the treats in. Let your dog go into the muzzle and get their treats. I would also suggest when you put the muzzle on, you might put the leash on them and walk them around the house or the yard to try to distract them from the muzzle being on their face while feeding them some treats through the muzzle. Now, if your dog is getting pretty comfortable and it's easy for them to put their own snout into the muzzle, you might progress to strapping the muzzle around their head just for a few seconds and then taking it off and doing multiple repetitions of this. Now, something I see happen a lot, no matter how patient or slow and rewarding this process is, a lot of dogs will still try to take the muzzle off with their paws. So one thing, I make sure that the muzzle is tight enough so they can't take it off on their own. But when you see them start to try to take it off, I would just calmly tell them no and lift their head up. And as soon as they start to relax again, I would give them a reward through the muzzle and then take the muzzle off and just keep repeating this process. Now, every dog is a little different of how long this might take, and the training is usually going to go up and down a little bit, but you just have to keep repeating the process and put in the time and be patient and work at the dog's pace. They will slowly get better, but you have to keep it consistent, you have to be patient, and you have to keep going. If you have any questions at all, please put them in the comments. I would be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching.